Member from London West.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Speaker, Statistics Canada job numbers released earlier this month were bad news for London. At 7.5%, London's unemployment rate is now a full percentage point higher than the Ontario average. Not only has the unemployment gap widened between London and the rest of the province, but the stats also show fewer people are working in London and fewer people are looking for work. Will the Premier admit that her jobs plan is failing to address London's economic challenges?
Actually, Mr. Speaker, no, I won't do that, and I will ask the Minister of Economic Development, Employment and Infrastructure to speak to the supplementary. But what I will say, Mr. Speaker, is that we recognize that the economic recovery has looked different in different parts of the province. We absolutely understand that, and I know that there are people in this province who are still not able to get the jobs that they are capable of, that businesses still need support, Mr. Speaker, and that's why we have different strategies in different parts of the province. That's why we have regional development funds, so the Southwestern Ontario Development Fund, Mr. Speaker. That's why we have taken the initiative to make sure that we understand the economy of different regions in the province. We know our work is not done, Mr. Speaker, but we also know that the direction that we're going in is exactly the one that we need to be, Mr. Speaker, that the economic recovery is taking hold, but not evenly in all parts of the province.
Supplementary.
Speaker, the numbers speak for themselves. Last month, we saw 1,100 people leave the London area labour force, followed by another 200 people this month. In fact, since 2008, London has lost over 30,000 positions. Many of those leaving are young people, depleting our labour pool of the young talent needed to move our city forward. I'm glad the Premier talked about different job creation strategies. We want to know, when will this government introduce strategies that actually work for London?
Minister of Economic Development, Employment,
Minister of Economic Development, Trade and Infrastructure.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I mean, strategies that work. Members should have been paying attention when our Finance Minister made his economic statement this week, and he talked about our youth employment strategy. Mr. Speaker, there are thousands of young people in London that are getting job experiences through that. 23,000 young people across this province that are. The members should pay attention to some of the programs that are going on in her community, the Southwest Ontario Development Fund. For instance, this fund provided over $2.6 million, leveraging $30 million and creating, sustaining 806 jobs in the London area, Mr. Speaker. There are others as well. We're working very hard. We recognize some of the challenges London has had. The unemployment rate in London has gone down, but there's still too many people out of work in that part of the province. And, Mr. Speaker, we're going to continue to work really hard to bring down that unemployment rate. It's now at a record low since 2008 across this province. And, Mr. Speaker, I'd love to continue to talk to the member about other initiatives going on in London, but my time is running out.
It sure has.